Pozdrav svima i dobrodošli u novi video. Nastavljamo dalje The Witcher 3 serijal. Prije nego što krenemo s igrom, lajkujte, šerujte video, subscribeujte se na kanal i ako želite da podržite rad kanala, pritisnite na join dugme. Idemo dalje sa ovim questom Wine is Sacred. To je sa Ana Henrijatom, odnosno kraljicom ili Tusona. I prethodnog puta smo istraživali ko bi mogao da bude taj ko ucenjuje Detlafa, taj neko ima pristup našem vinu, odnosno kraljičinom vinu, kojem niko drugi sem nje i tih još nekih važnih ljudi ne bi trebalo da ima pristup. Sad, došli smo do toga da je taj koji radi tamo u vinariji prodao jedno bure nekom nepoznatom čoveku koji se predstavio kao neka diplomata, neki diplomata koji je bogat i teo je da mu proda još jedno bure, međutim nije imao vremena da ode da to uradi, zato što smo mi stigli u međuvremenu i sada smo mi našli način, otišli smo tamo, sredili smo tog lika, znači ne tog lika, već njegove ljude i našli smo da se taj zove Desintrija ili tako nešto. Ne sjećam se tačno od prethodnog puta. Sad smo se našli sa Anom Henrijatom. Jeste Desintrija. Da vidimo šta dalje.
We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Dobro. Sintria could actually be a middleman. He slipped up and will use that. Zašto sad ovdje spominje da bi Sintrija mogao da bude čovek koji je kao middleman? To mi baš i nema smisla.
Sooner or later everyone slips up. Cintrian stole the Sun Real. That was his mistake.
Yet if we had not happened on the wine stain...
You're right, we got lucky. Even so, still can't be sure he's behind the kidnapping, the blackmail. Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Sad se malo priča navodi na to da taj Cintrian nije zapravo taj čovjek koji nama treba. Pardon. Ali je moguće da on zna ko je u stvari kidnapovao onu ženu i ko zapravo ucenjuje Detlafa.
And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Opa. Ajde vidimo šta on zna o tome.
Down to business. You learn anything?
I will start at the beginning. The port warehouse where the wine was delivered. We identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Dobro.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
Ok, znači ovaj komandant je saznao svašta nešto. Da je zapravo postoji taj neki Cintrian, to je u redu, i da se taj našao sa pevačicom, nekom Cecilijom, i oni će, jeli, da se nađu na tom nekom okupljanju, šta god to bilo, što se ovdje dešava. Zašto postoje... okej, ovo je sad vezano za ono što je ovaj rekao, da postoji bounty na moje glavi i da žele da me ubiju. Ali dobro, mi idemo sad da se nađemo sa Anom Henrijatom. Mountebank Alley, okej. Znači, naći će se na tom nekom druženju i tamo ćemo moći da saznamo ko je taj Cintrian, jeli? Zanimljivo da me niko drugi sem onih random likova, pa evo su još. Dobro, samo ćemo da prođemo. Neću sad da se šibam s njima tu, nema potrebe. Ajde bre, Geralt, nemoj da mi staješ tu. Tako. Hajde da vidimo ko je taj čovjek iz Cintrije. Ona nije tu, a? Moram da je čekam. Evo je. Skockala se.
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. I knew I should have taken you to the palace, handed you over to my tailor. Whatever are you wearing?
Sorry, I didn't have time to change.
Luckily, I prepared for just such an eventuality. Here, don this doublet. Its cut is all the rage these days.
I šta sad treba se presvučem? A ne, on sam se presvukao, okej. Volim kad igra odradi te takve gluposti za mene.
Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... Just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Interesantno. Ajmo onda unutra.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Pa dobro, to je valjda logično. Inače, s ovim questom ostaje nam još 9 questova do kraja igre.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you...
Tada definitivno završavamo ovaj serijal.
To ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come.
Znači, pretpostavljam još ove sljedeće nedelje da će biti videa iz Witcher serijala i da ćemo onda preći na nešto drugo, najverovatnije na Cyberpunk 2077. Dobro, Interesuje nas Cecilia.
Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Znači, treba prepoznat Ceciliju po koviri orhideji. Znam kako izgleda orhideja, sad kako izgleda koviri orhideje, ubite me.
Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Da, tako je. Kaže, search the alcoves for a woman with a koviri orchid in her hair. Da, baš tako. E sad, idemo redom od žene do žene, pa ćemo da tražimo.
Be bold. Show us the artist in you. The paintballs. Cast them at the camera.
Aha, optional mi je take part in the Suarez entertainments. Grab some paintballs. Ne. Iskreno ne. Posle one svadbe i onog odugovlačenja kvesta, da smo ceo video proveli na istom kvestu, čak se i odužio ka sledećem. Stvarno ne mogu. Dobro, ovdje nema ništa izgleda. Da vidimo možda ovdje neko unutra. Drunk. Super. Neko je pijan tu. Da li možda ići negde drugde? Da vidimo što pokazuje mapa. Da li vredi posjetiti još neki krug? Evo ovdje imamo isto. A the man from Sentry. A ne, to je na svakom označeno. Okej, ajde pređemo onda tamo s druge strane. Ja sam mislio da leti na jetpacku ili nešto tako, ali u stvari leti na ćilimu. Super. Onamo bukvalno nije bilo nijedna žena s one strane, tako da očekujem da je ovdje nađem. Nema ništa u kosi. Kamoli cvet. Šta ti imaš, druže? Baš me briga što si ti zauzet. Hoću da vidim šta ona ima. Nema ništa, dobro. Možda neko ovdje nešto ima. Gospođi, imate vi nešto ovdje u kosi, ne, a? Dobro. A ovdje neko? Dobro, blago tebi što ti je to privatno, mislim. Nemoj se buniš. Ovo je zaključano. Možda bi moglo da bude da je neko tu iza unutra. Prstenje, nice. Dobro. Ovaj tamo pravi karambol, tako da treba proveriti. Možda šta ima ovdje iza. Ne znam šta da radim s time. Piš. Dobro. Sad ne znam. Ovo jeste optional, što je sa strane. Ovo je kao misija, ali da li ima smisla da ja sad to započinjem da bih mogao da nađem ju? Ja mislim da i baš i nema smisla. Hajde, pokušat ću da je pronađem, pa ćemo onda nastaviti dalje. Aha, ušao sam negde. Ovo ima neki cvet u kosi.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Dobro, jesi ti Cecilia?
To meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Centrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centrian noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here, tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now!
Dobro, druže, izvini. Znači, ovo nije Cecilia. Cecilia završila njen nastup, jer je ona pevačica i onda je bacila cvet u publiku i ova ga uhvatila. I zato ona sad ima taj cvet u kosi i pravi nama ovde pobunu. Kaže da je videla ovoga, muškarca koji je bio sa Cecilijom i da pisala ga je kao ono visok crn i šta ti ja znam, ono koji svi ostali ovde.
Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat
Izgleda kao Dandelion ova gitarica.
Shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
it. Looks like it held the flask of perfume.
To je taj poklon koji je dobila od tog muškarca.
Let's follow it.
Evo ga miris, dobro. Znači Cecilia je tu još negde blizu, verovatno. Vamo, pa vamo, što ovako krivudala ko da je pijana. Bukvalno levo, desno, non stop ide. Ajde, prođemo ovde, okej. Sve ovamo pravo. Da, još ovamo. Pa sad ovde okolo.
They say releasing them brings good.
O, Isuse. Garant je otišao ovamo kroz ova vrata. Da, tako je. Tu je ušlo unutra. I evo tu je, imamo bodyguarda na vratima.
Come, we must consider what to do.
Ne smemo da uđemo unutra, a?
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh, not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
Ajde, puštaj nas unutra.
For Cecilia Bellant. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him.
To je to
Must get to
100%.
the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Okej,
Quick,
mi ulazimo unutra. Znači, ona je u njenoj slučionici i još ih povela tog gospodina, tako da očekujem da ćemo svašta da vidimo sada. I da će opet morati da cenzurišemo, ovo je zaključano. Aha, čekaj, još uvijek jedan miris mogu da pratim. Ovde su verovatno. Ne verovatno, nego sigurno.
That must be Cecilia.
Au.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soiree to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
Osim ako čuvar nije taj lik, ali to bi bilo previše očigledno. Mada i ovo je sad očigledno da je on pobjegao napolje. Ajde da vidimo. Da li ovdje možda ima nešto da se skupi, pa ćemo da nastavimo. Ima ovdje svakakvih sitnica. Ajde vidimo šta kaže telo.
Killed her, then went out on the balcony.
Evo je ručica ovde.
Handprint. It's his.
Da, definitivno je pobegao preko terase.
Tore down
A,
the
vidi
door.
ovo. Što je odvalio vrata i stavio ovako preko.
It's
Ajde bre,
pretty strong.
penji se. Tako je. Sad da vidimo kud je otišao. Ovde se rušio neki poslužavnik. Je li ušao ovde možda ili... Ne mogu da otvorim ovo. A evo ga, tek sad izbacuje locked. Dobro, moram definitivno da ovo pogledam.
Door, then stepped in the soil.
Okej.
Must have climbed this ladder.
Ovde su još neki tragovi. Aha, ovo su merdevine. Ja gledam gde su merdevine. Ali ono zaraslo. Okej. Ima li ovde što god? Ušao je ovde verovatno.
Need to stay alert.
A ovde je razbio gledalo.
Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor.
I čuje se nešto da lupa.
Blood
Ne znam šta
stains.
to može biti. Fleki od krvi, dobro.
Jewelry
Šta je ovo?
box. Locks busted. Picked open probably.
Aha, vidiš još i krao, bog te.
Box. Locks busted. Picked open probably.
Da, razbio je kutiju sa sa ovim bre nakitom. Ovdje imamo još krvi, čini mi se.
Knocked over, turned toward the room.
A ne, ovo je mastilo. Srušeno. Da vidimo šta ima još. On to kroz prozor otišao, a?
Window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out?
On to ispao napolje. Vrlo moguće. Ovdje ima još ovih zezancija.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for.
Da vidiš, nije ukrao ovu bisernu ovu grlicu. Ajde da vidimo šta ima vamo.
No key in sight.
Decorated hunting knife.
Richly ornamented.
Moguće da je s ovime isekao grkljan. A vidiš ovdje isto.
Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
Dobro. Šta bi još mogao da nađem ovdje? Ovo je zaključano još uvijek, tako da ništa od toga.
Links of a snap chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Ha, vidiš, ovo nisam pogledao kako treba.
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it.
Aha, vidiš, hteo je da uzme neki dragoceni kamen. Da, to mu je trebalo.
It seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way.
Neko ga je sprečio.
They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
Aha. Znači, neko je ušao, sprečio ga je i neko je ispao kroz prozor. Ali izgleda je baš taj Centurion ispao kroz prozor.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer.
I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything in full detail.
A šta ćeš ti to da nam kažeš? Ima i ona neke informacije, nešto zanimljivo.
I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he
A
was
ona ga je
safe.
uhvatila u krađi, a?
Chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then.
I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He...
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
Dobro.
Was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it many years ago from a young woman.
Taj dragulj se zove Srce Tusona i čak i kraljici čudno odakle joj.
Jewel seems important.
Da vidimo zašto to je toliko značajno.
It is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Aha, znači ovo je pripadalo kraljičnoj porodici kroz generacije i odjednom je samo nestao. I mislili su da ga nikada neće ni pronaći.
Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Znači u pravu su bili Geralt i
Hunting knife.
Ana kada su mislili da je zapravo Centurion kao middleman, da postoji još neko iznad njega.
Master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Aha, the present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Aha, znači imamo nekog u dvorcu ko voli da lovi i mogo bi da pripada taj nož njemu.
Hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
I valjda onaj mrtav pobegao, a? Nećemo čuti izgleda o čemu se radi. Something familiar about the drawing. A čekaj, zar mi ovu sliku već nismo videli negde ranije?
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders,
Znači,
but also stole
isti
the same
papir,
wine and sought to steal
isto
the
mastilo
heart.
su koristili.
The wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether.
Geralt sumnja da bi posljednji korak u svemu ovome mogao da bude da se kraljici oduzme život, ali da vidimo šta kaže ona.
She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Znači, njena sestra je izbačena iz porodice kada su bili deca i od tada nije videla, pa ona sumnja da bi ona možda mogla da bude umešana u ovo. Da vidimo zašto je isterana.
Was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Sienna.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children. and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Sienna knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day.
Boga mi,
And they forced her to leave.
teško zlo.
A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Dobro, ajde da vidimo da li misli da je umešana.
I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Sienna received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess
Ima
satisfying
smisla.
widows, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Sienna is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
Dobro, I'll see to
I'll
it.
find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Znači, sve ovo što nam je ispričala ima veze sa njenom sestrom, ili?
Regis, what a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain.
Šta dove Detlafa?
We are lending our combined resources to the witch's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally. Witcher,
Ovdje se nešto dešava, a?
even that you are friends.
Dobro, all true.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with
Jako čudno što su se ovako tek pojavili.
Claire, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Aha. Okay. Just like humans.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help, Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
Čudna situacija ovako, jer kraljica u fazonu ne reaguje loše na Detlafa.
A witcher and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Iako zna da on nije direktno kriv za ta ubistva, opet on je taj koji je ubio njene ljude.
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you are gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Dobro, sad već znamo da se nalaze.
Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detlef, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detlef here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detlef. Good luck, my friend.
Dobro, hvala lepo. Hoće li se ovaj cutscene završiti konačno?
I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Kako ne, uvek. Jako čudna situacija. Prvo što je Regis uopšte misle da je ovo pametno.
This Detlef, an intriguing man to say the least.
Interesting evening all around.
To end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix Mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Dobro. Znači, ti koji ucenjuju Detlefa se nalaze u nekom dvorcu Duntine i ja bi sad tamo trebao da idem i da se postaram sa njima, to jest oko njih, ali mislim, kaže put on clothes, ok, to je već nešto drugo. Da, ovo je već novi ovaj quest koji se zove Capture the Castle. Meet Damien at Count de la Croix Mill after midnight. Ok. Mislim da ćemo ovdje da završimo za danas, da je ovo bilo sasvim dovoljno. Saznali smo neke bitne informacije. Možemo da nastavimo i u sljedećem videu. Tako da to je bilo to što se tiče današnjeg videa. Hvala svima koji su gledali. Lajkujte, šerujte video, subscribeujte se na kanal. I ako želite dodatno da podržite rad kanala, pritisnite na Join dugme.